What? You gonna tell them hi? Look up here. She's like, you had the nerve to pick me up and put me over here. Hey everybody, welcome back. We are getting ready to watch some more Breaking Bad. We are on season 4, episode 5? Episode 6, and this one's called Cornered, which does not sound good. Who's getting cornered? Here comes Purper. You ready to watch Walt and Skylar and Gus and Mike and Jesse and Hank and Marie and Junior? Nah, just stand there and stare. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So at any rate, we're getting ready to watch the next episode so that I can have something for you for this week. I just got done watching Top Gun. Awesome movie. They did a wonderful job with it. Loved what they did with Val Kilmer's character. I love the opening because it sets up everything. I liked the concept that they had. They kept the nostalgia while also keeping things fresh. So it was good to see. It looked real. You know, the way the vapor was around the planes, I don't think you could have done that realistically with CGI. So I might be wrong on that. We'll find out. But, hi, Betty. You ready to watch the show? At any rate, have my glasses on because I had to take them to the movies with me to watch. And I can't wear contacts right now because there's so much pollen. And that way, if there's anything I need to read, I won't have to lean forward and pause and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get to it, see what everybody's up to. Cornered. I think that's going to be in relation to Walt because he's the one that lashes out when he feels cornered and feels like he has no control and all that kind of stuff. But it could be any of them. So who knows? We'll have to see. All right, let's get to it. I'm trying to think who's smoking. It's not Mike. Or is it? I don't think it's Mike because he doesn't like smoking. Except they're in the freezer. So it's not cigarette smoke. No. Is that Jesse with him? Everybody looks different when it's out of context. They're going to pump poison in? Oh, fumes. They're going to gas them out. Huh. Locking them in so they can't get out. Are these guys from the Southern group? Weakened the back, but they still can't get out. So it's not Mike and Jesse. Well, that seemed to be a much easier job for them. There's only one out of that whole truck. I thought there would have been more than one. Has she figured out that it wasn't a happy thing?
I don't want to talk about any of this, ever. The firewall, all right? Church and state. That's how we need to approach.
Kind of goodbye.
No, Skylar.
I think last night was a cry for help.
Oh, Jesus. Cry for help.
I think some part of you wants Hank.
Okay, so maybe I wasn't too far off with saying that Walt was the one
That is
that'd be cornered.
It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to.
It would still exist without him. It existed before him.
Danger, Skylar.
She's starting to see some of the real Walt now. I think she believed that part, which is even scarier. Is she going to be gone with Holly?
Look, I was...
She's going to be gone. Yep, you fucked up. The man's so desperate to keep his wife that he's gone to the point
Just
of
like you
losing
left
her.
it. Being boss is tough.
He's going to
You
lecture Walt.
think you can always call your wife, huh?
Please don't kill the car wash guy.
Most of that.
Is he going to tell him as is?
Bogdan. As is.
Cruel, cruel. Won't even let the man take the dollar with him. Is he going to put it in the cash register? Or put it in his pocket? Ah, going to buy a drink.
Thank you.
Okay, so it was not Mike and Jesse. I'm glad I at least recognized that much of it. Notices he's withdrawing. Well, Fang's lost interest. Is Mike starting to feel sorry for him? So that was the call about the two guys that were killed. What's Mike going to do about it, though?
Choices that I have made. Choices I stand by.
I was going to say, is he going to say too much and Junior's going to figure things out too?
Why don't we take a little detour?
Where's he going to take him? Oh, get him a car, make him feel better, buy him off.
I think if you're gonna buy me off, buy me off.
Smart, Junior.
You're actually here. Yeah, man. Jesus.
He could act happy
What, is there something about you that I don't know?
because it
you a
gets
former
him
Navy
out
SEAL?
from under your thumb, Walt.
I saved Mike from getting robbed. Even killed, maybe. So maybe I'm not such a loser
Which was a
after
setup.
all.
This robbery that you stopped wasn't even real. I mean, think about it. Your first day out guarding...
So he
Mike,
figured it out,
he
but
steps
Jesse's
out.
not going
1
to
second,
believe
what
him
happens? You immediately...
because
You're such an ass.
Jesse
Keep your friends
doesn't want to
close,
stay
keep
under
your
his
enemies.
thumb.
No, this whole thing, all of this, it's all about me.
He's right. The thing is, and Walt has said this to a degree, Jesse could make the meth and they can kill Walt off.
Hello.
Put the kid on.
Look, just hang on. What?
You don't get him, Walt.
Help.
Necesito?
Ayonda? Ayuda. Gracias. Yo necesita...
No podemos. No podemos. Lo siento.
No.
They know they're not allowed down there.
Un momento.
No.
Para usted, ¿eh? Sí. Para usted, sí.
Is it $5?
One for you. Yes.
20
sí,
bucks?
Sí. Presidente Grant, very important man.
$20.
Sí. Para usted. Sí.
No.
Wait, Grant.
Más dinero.
Grant's on the 50, isn't
En
he?
el trabajo, pues vamos, nomás son 2 horas lo que quiere que trabajemos.
Are we
No,
good?
pero no van a correr.
But they're not going to limpio
Quedamos sin trabajo.
down there.
Por favor.
They know they'll be killed.
2 horas máximo. ¿Sí? Please, por favor. Ah! Yes.
Well, they are going down. And he's not doing anything. Gus is going to pitch a fit. So now we're going to see where Skylar has gone. The Four Corners. Is that the state park that's technically in 4 states, and then there's like a sliver that is not in any state, where legally you could murder somebody? Heads? Does it go back to Walt? So she didn't like the answer. It's going to be heads again. Or is she trying to figure out which direction to go? And it's told her Colorado twice. She wants to go to New Mexico.
I just told you. We sit here and watch that
watch.
house. I brought sandwiches.
Ooh.
Is he going to act like a customer?
Whoa. Where are you going?
So he's got confirmation they've got it, plus he knows they're tweaking. He's waiting for an update.
Guess we'll go with plan A then.
I like Mike. I hope he doesn't get killed off.
But I know meth heads.
Is he going to threaten them with a shovel? Oh, is it buried out back? Like how they put the camera on the end of the shovel. They buried it up front. Dude, what you doing?
Why?
You got it buried around here somewhere, don't you?
Hey, you mind taking over for a minute?
Got him something to focus on. That's got him distracted, so
Yeah.
now he can focus on the other guy.
Use your John.
Mike's impressed. So that guy can't move, can he?
Tucker! I'm a friend of Tucker's. What do you want?
He's got the shotgun.
Don't put thoughts in my head! Absolutely right.
He's too paranoid. Estos listos. Is this Papa Platicar? Para Platicar? Is this enough for her? I don't know what listo is other than list, but I don't think it's a direct translation. So is this something for platicar? And platicar is the verb itself, not any tenses like the oas, almost on. So plastic? Platicar. I'll figure it out in editing. Did he just get them killed?
You tell Gus to blame me, not them.
He does.
And they've already seen the lab. At least he didn't kill him.
Ready to talk? That I believe
Oh.
is the English translation.
Talk is
I know
alar.
you're not really asking
Er.
for advice.
How did he do today?
We don't get to hear what he tells Gus.
I hear you can handle yourself.
I guess. Why me?
I like to
Piss
think I
off
see
Walt.
things in people.
No, you're doing it to piss off Walt. Or at least that's how it started off. I think he's starting to see that Jesse could be more useful. She's going to see the new car and yell at Walt for spending money, attracting attention.
Hey, sweetheart.
So what'd she end up doing? So the Fates were telling her to run away, but she wanted to go back home.
So, Dad said I can take her
How
on the
old is
block a few
Junior
times?
supposed to
Is that
be?
okay?
I
Just around the
swear he
block.
looks like he's late 20s or early
Just around the
30s. Of course, I don't look my age either, so, you know.
I need you to understand.
Is
that
she
you
afraid
are
of him now?
safe. You are completely safe.
That's not true, Walt.
Okay.
Not afraid, because she wouldn't have confronted him
Maybe
that
it's a
way.
little that I wanted to do something nice for my son.
And ego and pride gets in the way, Walt. Which is why Skylar's a nice balance, but you won't listen to her.
I just worry that he'll blame you for this.
Oh, that's low.
Someone has to protect this family from the man who protects this family.
Nicely said. And the end. So that was another episode. You guys know Walt drives me crazy with his ego and pride and the toxic masculinity that he has and everything. He's so rigid, he can't bend at all. And what we know in the work that we do is that if you are that rigid, you are going to break. You need to be flexible and be able to bend. And he just won't do that. When's the next break is the question. And it seems like it's going to be with Jesse, because he does not like the fact that they took Jesse away from him, which means he can't control Jesse. But he also knows that Jesse knows how to make the stuff as much as he does, because he trained him. And he also knows that with additional knowledge, we'll put it that way, because he doesn't really have the responsibility yet, but he has the knowledge on how things are working, and they've trusted him enough at least to know the workings about things, and so that's even less of a grip that Walt has on Jesse. So he's, and actually, I don't think they said the word cornered at all, but I think they were showing that Walt is in more and more of a corner, and he keeps trying to paint himself out of it, but then keeps painting himself back into the corner. So, yeah. And he realized that by trying to cut the corners, he's going to get other people hurt. The three ladies being sent back to Honduras, at least Gus didn't have them killed, but they're still going back to who knows what. Supposedly, they are here to get away from anything dangerous over there, even though they're in this whole new dangerous environment that they don't know about, because it's supposed to be a hidden environment, which they were exposed to. So, at any rate, I don't think Walt will learn anything. I think Jesse is learning stuff. I think he's learning that he's gaining respect from Gus. Gus lied to him. He didn't add all this stuff to Jesse because he thought he had potential. But Jesse asked that because of what Walt said to him outside. So I don't know what Jesse will actually think. If they pander to him enough, will Jesse go on believing Gus? Not necessarily Mike, because I think he knows that Mike's a straight shooter. But if he, the question is he going to believe Gus or is he going to believe Walt? That they are using Jesse to drive a wedge in between the two of them. Jesse's smart, so he might figure that out. On the other hand, he may not care if it gets him out from underneath Walt's thumb, because he doesn't. I had made the comment quite a few videos ago about why does he keep calling him Mr. White, and somebody said, well, he has respect for him. But it's not really respect, in my opinion. I've described the relationship as kind of a domestic violence situation. Walt is very controlling. He tells Jesse what to do, what to say, what to think. And if Jesse starts to do his own thing, Walt retaliates. So it's a very domestic violence relationship. In fact, I asked one of my friends who teaches a domestic violence intervention program. In other words, she works with a lot of the offenders of domestic violence. And I asked her if she watches the show at all. And she goes, no, she couldn't stand watching the show. And it's because it mirrors domestic violence so much. And there is overlap between domestic violence and substance use and all that, even though Walt's not a user. If we're talking realities, there's a lot of crossover. So I thought that was interesting, her response to it. I can kind of understand it. The TV show House, I love it, but the first 5 years or whatever, I don't know how long it was on, but it took me forever to watch it because House looks like, talks like, acts like a supervisor that I had that I absolutely hated and still hate. Although he friended me on Facebook, which I thought was funny. But, it was to the point I told the guy off and I told him he'll never supervise me again. But I could not watch House for the longest time because all I could see was him in House. And so I understand her response to not being able to watch Breaking Bad because it's just too close to home for her. So in other words, I think Jesse's respect is more of a fear/need type of situation. And Walt does love and care about Jesse, but it's just not healthy. It is not a healthy relationship, and it's not an equal relationship. There's an inferior and superior dynamic going on. And so I, sorry for whoever said that. I just don't think it's respect. All right. Okay. I don't know if I had any other thoughts, so we'll stop it there. Thank you all for joining me on this one, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.